Is happiness a trap? Most people will ignore this question. Don't. Stop for a moment and answer it honestly. Is happiness a trap? Observe your day. If you spend most of your time doing things that don't really matter, scrolling endlessly, consuming without intention, you feel sad. Deep down, you know you wasted your time. But here's the real danger. If you don't even feel sad after wasting your time, congratulations. You are guaranteed to waste it again. Happiness itself isn't bad. What matters is the source of that happiness. Scrolling through jokes, memes, or random content feels good. It gives instant pleasure. You laugh, you relax, you feel happy. But that happiness is shallow. Temporary happiness creates long term regret. Now compare that to scrolling through content that helps you grow, learning, improving, building skills. That kind of scrolling feels uncomfortable. You are constantly aware of time. You think, I need to finish this quickly. I have work to do. It feels heavy. Why? Because one gives pleasure without effort and the other gives growth through discomfort. Memes give short term happiness and long term sadness. Learning gives short term pain and long term fulfillment. Some people read just to finish reading, others read to extract value, to change their thinking, to upgrade their life. Those who truly seek knowledge become so focused on the reward that the pain of effort disappears. Reading no longer feels painful, it becomes enjoyable. Learning itself turns into joy. That is a powerful sign. It means you want change. There was once a boy who dreamed big. He wanted more from life, but he was deeply unhappy. Whenever he tried to study or focus, his mind drifted. Songs he had heard, memes he had watched for hours, random thoughts crashing into his mind like waves during a storm. He wanted change, but every time he tried to create it, frustration consumed him. He couldn't sit still, he couldn't concentrate, he couldn't tolerate the discomfort that studying demanded. Yet when he scrolled on his phone, everything disappeared. The pain vanished, the problems faded temporarily. One day his mind finally collapsed under its own weight. His thoughts were uncontrollable, endless, violent, loud. Overwhelmed, he walked into a nearby temple. Sitting before his creator, he questioned everything. He cried, he broke down. After some time, exhausted, he sat silently in a corner, head buried in his knees. And then something strange happened. He noticed an ant, but this ant was different. It had only 3 legs. Despite that, it was dragging food slowly, painfully, relentlessly. The boy watched closely. He began thinking how cruel life is. No one helps it, no one feeds it. It must struggle or die. Out of pity or frustration, he decided to crush the ant, believing death would end its suffering. Just as he lifted his foot, an old priest stopped him. Why are you doing this? The priest asked. The boy poured out everything. The priest replied calmly, don't stop with struggle. Pain builds strength. That ant doesn't work for sympathy, it works for independence. He continued, life is happiest when you're independent. Independence is painful because you face problems alone, but that pain forges mental strength. The word strength struck the boy. He began listing his problems, complaining endlessly. The priest stopped him. Don't explain them, just name them. The boy couldn't name more than 3. Though he thought he had many problems, they all led back to one root cause. You don't have many problems, the priest said. You have one: lack of discipline. You blame your parents, teachers, the system, even your creator. Stop complaining, find the root cause, and attack it with all your energy. The boy panicked. Where do I even start? The priest answered, change your lifestyle. Simplify it. Balance, study, play, friends, and family. Stop using the metal box that gives happiness without effort. Remember, he said, light has value because of darkness, success has value because of failure. You are young, you are free, go outside, play, live, stop suffocating yourself with only work. And here's the turning point. The priest's words stayed with him, not because they were magical, but because the ant had already prepared his mind to ask the right questions. On his way home, he saw boys and girls his age playing. He remembered the priest's advice, but fear held him back. Shyness stopped him. He almost walked away. Then something inside him pushed forward. He turned back. Suddenly, a girl grabbed his hand and shouted, I found the missing teammate. Come on, let's play. She was so beautiful and confident that the boy couldn't even say no. That day, he laughed, he ran, he lived. From that day on, everything changed. He went outdoors, he made friends, he balanced studies and play. Slowly scrolling lost its charm. His phone no longer gave him joy because real life now did. He learned time management, he built discipline, he trained focus. Sometimes he won, sometimes he lost, but he never felt empty. Failure no longer broke him, it fueled him. Sadness no longer crushed him, it guided him. He understood that sadness exists to demand change. With time, he became disciplined, focused, strong. He mastered his time, his body, and his responsibilities. He became a topper, a leader, a champion. Teachers admired him, friends respected him, parents were proud. He wasn't chasing happiness anymore, he was chasing meaningful effort. And that made all the difference. He achieved those things because his friend shifted his focus from the screen to reality. His growth didn't start in a vacuum, it began with the lessons he learned through play. By engaging in games, his mind naturally became sharper and more focused. He began to realize that the same effort he used to win a game could be applied to his own life. This wasn't just about mastering studies or sport, it was about mastering himself. Slowly, he began to experiment with new challenges, moving beyond his comfort zone. That transition from digital consumption to real world participation is exactly what changed his life.